Welcome to the Rollercoaster Ride of Business with Hannah Edwards on Global Voice Radio. Hannah and her guests share the real deal, the ups and downs, the highs and lows of building a business. Here is your host, Hannah Edwards.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Rollercoaster Ride of Business. I'm your host, Hannah Edwards, and today I am joined by the awesome Rachel Liddiard. Thank you for joining me, Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
So obviously we met because we actually met, funnily enough, on Facebook over a network marketing post. And I've had chats on like previous shows with the founder of Global Voice Radio, which is the platform that my show is on. So me and Denise have been talking on previous shows about network marketing and how people can get a bit of a bad rep. Like you get the few people that spoil it for the ones that are actually putting the effort into it. So I thought today would be great to have you on so that we can get an insider kind of view. So what company is it that you work for?
So I am currently with a company called Forever Living Products.
Yeah.
And they are a health and wellness company, most of the products that they supply are all aloe vera based, but it's live aloe that they use, and the product ranges from drinking gels to topical lotions, skincare, sports and weight management, and vitamins and supplements.
Fab. Why did you decide on network marketing as opposed to all the businesses you could have gone for?
Mainly because I wanted freedom, like being a mum to a young child in primary school. Although it's good that I work in a term time only full-time job as it is. I didn't feel I had that freedom that I could, go and pick him up from school, or be able to, like, he comes home and goes, Mum, they need somebody to help on the such and such trip. And I'm like, I'm working, mate, I can't help you, sort of thing. Or, just being able to have that little bit of freedom to be able to say, actually, mate, yeah, I can come in and do some reading with your class, or, I can come in and help on X, Y, and Z day and sports day and stuff like that. And it was about time freedom for me, as well as being able to earn at the same time. And I thought, I looked into so many different things like, data entry jobs from home, or, filling out surveys and stuff and being paid for it online, or, looking for like evening work and stuff so that I had my days free. But with my partner's full-time job, evening wouldn't work for us, because if he's away, then I'm stuck, sort of thing. Not being able to drive myself meant that I can't get around as easily as if I needed to get somewhere, sort of thing. So for me, it was more about having that time freedom and that money to be able to do things that I wanted to do, essentially.
So is the end goal going to be working for yourself full-time eventually, so that you get the complete freedom?
Yeah, that's my ultimate goal, is to be able to, say bye to a kind of, in a way, a corporate job, the 9 to 5 sort of thing, even though mine's actually like 7:30 till 6 or 7:30 till whenever I finish, sort of thing, depending on meetings and stuff.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, so it's my end goal is to be able to stay at home, take him to school, pick him up from school, have no childcare fees that I have to pay, and just be a bit like, if he comes out of school and says, Mum, can I have an ice cream from the ice cream man? I can actually say, yes, let's go and get one, because we're going straight home, sort of thing, and not have to be like, the ice cream man's not going to be there when we finish at 6 o'clock, mate. Sorry.
It is tough. I mean, obviously, I don't have kids myself, but I know people that do have it, that when they're at work and they're there and they're like, well, I'm missing out on my child's school trip, and I'm missing out on this, and I'm missing out on that, because they work. I mean, some of these people, they work in the same day job as me, so we work from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. So like, their kids are in bed or just getting up when they're on their way to work, and are in bed by the time they've got home. So because obviously you've been through a different couple of network marketing things, what difficulties have you run into in all of them?
So within the first one, I found it really difficult to start, really. I think the main problem I had was obviously it was free to join, I didn't get, although I was using products previously from it, there was no like kit essentially.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to start a business with, and therefore I had to then wait until I had X, Y, and Z money to be able to go and buy extra products. So therefore I felt I was promoting things that I'd never used. That's like kind of going and recommending a film you've never seen sort of thing. People aren't going to go and watch it if you're recommending like, oh, the new Jurassic Park film is really, really good. I've not seen it myself, but I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
People are less inclined to do it. And I found that the products were quite high in retail price as well. Which meant that actually quite a lot of my inner circle were a bit like, that's too expensive, I can't afford that. Or when they did buy a product, on the other hand, it lasted absolutely ages. So they weren't then coming back month after month, and it just wasn't consumable. But the other biggest thing I found was I didn't feel like I had a lot of support there. If I had a problem with a product or wanted to know a bit more about a product, I didn't know where to go to ask that kind of question or know where to get that information from. But with the business that I'm within now, the biggest problem I've had is kind of negativity towards network marketing as a whole, really.
Which actually leads on to my next question. So obviously, when I've joined a lot of business groups and stuff on Facebook so that I can network and promote my show and my companies, as soon as someone puts up a post saying, I've got this great product for this, and this, they get ripped to pieces purely because, for some strange reason, whenever people are trying to sell products from network marketing, or whenever they want to recruit for their team, no one is willing to put the name of their company in that first post. And that really annoys a lot of people. Like, all these people have built their business up from scratch. So they see network marketing as a bit of like a cheap way of starting a business, because you're not starting it from your own, which I've done Avon, and I met you through the previous company. And the previous company, I was the same as you. I had problems even getting off the ground because all of my friends were looking at the prices and they were like, well, sorry, but like that's like a week's worth of baby food for us, kind of thing. So obviously they're going to go for the cheaper option. And one of my friends turned around and said, well, that mascara is pretty much the same as in the Avon magazine, and I can get it for £5 in Avon, and they're asking for like £25 for it in your thing. But have you found that you've had a lot of negative comments about them that have put you off of doing it?
I wouldn't say it's put me off. I find that the negativity actually fuels my fire.
Yeah.
That might sound strange to some people, but for me, every time somebody gives me a negative comment about it won't work, I don't know why you're bothering, or the products are expensive, why would I buy that when I can go to Boots and get X, Y, and Z, and what makes yours better than mine, and oh my god, there's loads of aloe vera you can get in Holland and Barrett, I can go and get aloe water from there and stuff. And for me, because I've been using the Forever Living products for nearly a year now, and actually I was using them before I even started with the company, and the reason I started with them is because I wanted to get the products for cheaper, do you know what I mean, and saw the potential for the business. And for me, I've tried Holland and Barrett stuff. I've tried, going into Boots. And I'm not being funny, but how many times have you walked into Boots and thought, I need a moisturiser? So you've walked into the shelf, there's a shelf in front of you full of moisturisers, even going into Asda and Tesco's. And you've looked at them and thought, I've no idea what kind of moisturiser I need. There's so many different types. And then you've picked one, you've paid, say, £6-7 for it, gone to the checkout, you've bought it. You've gone home, you've used it, and you find it doesn't really work for you. You can't go back to Tesco's and say, have this back, it don't work, I want my money back. You can't do that. No. Whereas with what I found with Forever was, with the negative comments, I go back, I fuel myself with that, because then if somebody says, well, how do I know they're going to work for me? Or how do I know this business is going to try it? You're not going to know unless you try it. So that's where I turn around and say, well, actually, I've got such and such products at home. If you want to try it, let me know. I've got them. I'll give them to you for a couple of days. Try them, see how you feel. If you don't like them, give them back to me.
Yeah.
It's simple as. So the negative comments don't stop me. If anything, they push me further to actually prove that, yes, they work, prove that, yes, I can do this, and also prove to myself that I am a bigger person, and that, you know, I've got my positive bubble that nobody can break with their negativity.
See, I like the sound of that. I think everyone needs a positive bubble.
Yes, they do.
So starting out with your previous company and starting out with the company you're with now, how did you find it all starting out with the first one compared to starting out with this one?
Completely different. Oh my God. So with the first one, like I said, there was no kit, there was no, you know, there was nothing. I just signed up and that was it. I was signed up. I had an ID number, I could order products, and that was me. Whereas with Forever, when you sign up, yeah, you can join for free, but if you join and you purchase like what they call the Start Your Journey pack, that gives you, it's essentially a business in a box.
Yeah.
And I was utterly shocked with the amount that I was given to start a business in one box that was sent to me. I could not believe it compared to what I had previously, where I had like hardly any, like there wasn't any product trainings on certain products really. You know, I didn't have anything that, you know, that I could physically read in front of me or help me understand the business or anything like that. But with Forever, I had it all in front of me. It was in a massive box, and that included products, you know, little things like a receipt pad, or, you know, you've got a little pin to say, you know, welcome to Forever sort of thing. And, you know, it was just little things that you don't think about when you're starting a business. Like when you start a business traditionally, you know, you plug a lot of money into a business. You know, some businesses, to get it off the ground, when you go into Barclays and sit down and go, this is my business plan, what do I need? And they go, actually, you'd need about $2,000 to even start it, or you have to pay out to have your website built and your, you know, your logo and all of that kind of stuff done. Although, yes, I'm part of Forever, I have my own identity from it.
Yeah.
I promote I have their products, but I'm my own business.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just my rock almost. They're there to help me, and they give me what I'm promoting essentially.
So I'm just going to say to the listeners, Rachel showed me the box. We're on a video call, and Rachel showed me the box and the pack that you get. And for the amount of money it is, it's actually a whole lot better than some of the other companies that are out there. They're like their starter packs are like 3 or 4 items, and I nearly fell off my chair with the amount of items that Rachel has just showed me that are in that box. Like, I was there, like, I might just buy the box just so that I get the products. I'm not bothered about starting the business. I just might buy it to use the stuff. So obviously we were talking about your previous company, and my next question, I want to talk about, like, obviously joining the companies that you then found out weren't what you thought they were going to be. So what is it about the previous company, other than the lack of training? That's what stopped me, I think, to be honest, was the fact that I'd signed up, and like you said, that was it. As soon as you say yeah, you fill out this stuff, and that's it. You're one of their people. And I was just there like, well, I know Avon is free to start, but they come out and they give you the first lot of bags and some samples and your books and like your order pads and stuff like that, for you to at least have a start off. Then when I found out that actually if I wanted products to try and to be able to recommend to people, I couldn't get samples of them.
No.
And the only help that I was getting was when I was saying to you, well, just have someone ask me about this, but I know nothing about it because I've not been trained on the product. So I've had to tell her to wait while I get hold of someone that knows what they're talking about, because obviously they've been doing it longer. So I don't think it was what I thought it was going to be when I started, but obviously you were there longer and you were more in depth into it than I was. So what is it about, other than the lack of training that we were talking about, that was a problem for you?
Without, like, I don't want it to come across like the whole business was bad, because I was only in one small part of it. But for me personally, when I obviously started and it was really good, I was getting support, and I was enjoying the products and stuff like that, and I still use some of the makeup products from that company because I like them and I get on really well with them. But I also found that it was just when I needed to take time for myself and to do my degree and to focus on my family, because I was having problems with my son and stuff at the time, I messaged my sponsor and was like, I need to take a little bit of a time out. I'm still going to be selling the products and promoting the products because I've still got customers and stuff like that, but I can't be building a team and focusing on a team when I can't even focus on myself for 5 minutes. I was like, that's not fair on a team, and it's not fair on me, and I need to work on myself before I can help anybody else at the end of the day. And that's where I found that actually that's where the values, what I thought the values were, kind of just stripped away. And found that what I thought the business was all about, and that I could do it myself. It's my time, my business. I can do it when I want, however I want, in the nooks and crannies and stuff like that. And actually, that's not what it turned out to be. No. I felt like if I didn't put an order through, I was letting my sponsor and other people down because I wasn't ordering or doing what they were expecting of me. And I kind of felt like it wasn't my business. I felt like I needed to be on it all the time, and therefore I felt like it was too much pressure. And in the end, I said something's got to give, and it had to be that at the end of the day.
So with the new company, you're finding that actually you don't have to be on it 24/7. You seem to be doing a lot, like when I see you on Facebook and stuff, you seem to be doing a lot more better with this one.
I don't know. Personally, I find this company fits me more, and that's one thing I would say for anybody that's looking at network marketing. It needs to be something you're passionate about. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved the products that I was working with previously. They had some really good products, and I still support my friend that's doing it and buy from her for that certain things. But for me, forever is more me. I'm into like what self development and fitness and that kind of thing. So for me, forever is all about working on my insides and getting myself into balance, which means I can then balance everything else in life. So it gave me that optimism that actually I could do this. And because I don't have that pressure of daily messages of like, oh, how are you doing today? What are you doing this week? And, what are your goals for the month and stuff? I know that if I need something or I need support, I know there's people there I can go to. And if I do go to them, I know I get a response in kind of a timely manner sort of thing. And for me, I feel like it's just me, and you need to be passionate about what you do. They say it about your day jobs. You need to love what you do, and do what you love, and that is exactly all I'm doing. And because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I find more, like, I don't find more time in a way, but I do, like we were saying earlier, you do it when you can. So when I'm having a cup of tea, or when I'm brushing my teeth before I go to bed, or in the morning, I'm responding to people, or as I'm walking to work or walking home from work, or if I'm walking to the shop, or, but then I do take that time out to spend with my family.
Absolutely.
And, I do take time out in the evening to sit and just watch some rubbish TV or a series or something with my other half, and leave my phone or whatever in the bedroom and stuff. So you've got to have that work-life balance.
This is where the self-care part of it comes in.
Yes, definitely. Self-development is a huge part
Yeah.
of network marketing, or with anything really. If there's something in your life that you feel like isn't going quite right, you need to take a step back and look at yourself. Absolutely. And you need to work on yourself. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned since starting within network marketing, when with my first company, was learning about personal development and working on myself first.
Yeah. See, this is the problem that I have. Like, obviously, where you've shown me your pack, you've paid X amount of money and you've got that massive box and then a folder full of stuff that gives you all the information that you could possibly need. And with the first company, I think the problem that I had with it was I didn't actually have any of the products. I just saw this post. I was in a position where I was like, well, actually, I've got a bit of free time. I could do with that bit of extra money. Except in the few months that I was doing it, I didn't make a penny because I was promoting, I was talking to my friends. My friends were all interested in it right up until it got to the point where I then told them the price. And when they were asking me, well, have you used the product? I'd be like, well, no, actually, I haven't. Because if I can't afford to buy the products, I can't really expect my friends to afford to buy the products. But I'm seeing a lot of people, there are a lot of people that I've noticed on Facebook doing Forever, but there seems to be more of a call for it than some of the other ones. Like, there are some of the others that are 3 or 4 in one area of the town that we live in, and they're all struggling because no one's interested in it. But Forever, I haven't heard of a lot of people doing it in our town, so there seems like there's this massive market for you to dive into.
Yeah,
and you're getting a lot of responses to all your posts and stuff.
Yeah, I do. I seem to get quite a lot from it. And before joining Forever, I hadn't really seen anybody doing it at all. But I think the difference is with Forever, you're on my Facebook, so out of on a daily basis or a weekly basis, how many times do you see me post about a product from Forever that's on my main page?
Well, you're not bombarding people with stuff.
No.
So...
I keep it to my personal group, because the last thing people want to see when they're sat after a hard day at work scrolling on their phone is product, join my team, because I know I've removed people from Facebook in the past because I don't want to be seeing that. And I think part of the difference is what we get taught in Forever is, it's all about contact marketing. It's talking to people, on a daily basis, not just posting on social media, because although, yes, that's a small part of it. Like when I blogged my C9 journey, I posted my blog on Facebook so that people could see it and I had the link to it. Or, I posted in my group daily about my C9 journey, or I put 1 or 2 posts on my Facebook page, oh my God, of how I'm feeling and stuff. But there's somebody that I know that's a good friend that doesn't call it Facebook, she calls it Fakebook, because I know I do it. I post on Facebook, I try and keep my Facebook positive, upbeat, what I'm doing, I keep my stories to what my life is, what I'm doing on a daily basis sort of thing. But if I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to plaster that all over Facebook, because who wants to see that I'm having a really rough day and I'm sat on the sofa blubbering like a baby sort of thing? Do you know what I mean? I'll keep that to myself, and I'll ring somebody, one of my close friends, I'll ring them and say, down the phone, and that'll be it. Do you know what I mean? Facebook is, in a way, Facebook's not just my shop window, but it shows who I am as a person. And if people want to see me, they don't want to be seeing negative constantly. And I think that's part of the difference between Forever and some of the other companies, is we're not taught to just plaster things across Facebook constantly and post about products here, products there and stuff like that. It's more about talking to people and finding out what people need. Because if I post, say, the shakes on Facebook, I might get one or two people like, oh, actually, yeah, could I try them? I struggle with breakfast, or, you know, I could do that as a snack or something, or, oh, I like hot chocolate, could I try the chocolate one as a hot chocolate sort of thing? You know, there's little things. But if I was talking one-to-one to somebody and they say, oh, actually, I get really, you know, really sore joints, or I've got this problem with like my skin and stuff, is there anything I could possibly try? You know, I get a relationship going, you get that rapport. So it's more about finding out about people and talking to people and making relationships, and it's not just about the hard sell.
And I think the thing is, if someone is deciding whether A, they want to join your team eventually, or B, they actually want to buy from you, they're going to check out your Facebook. So if they're seeing all this negative and this fake type stuff, they're going to be like, well, why would I want to be in a team with her? She's just spent the past week either blasting people with products or posting like that she's had a crap day, that she's done this has gone wrong, that has gone wrong. And if you're constantly blasting people with products, people are going to be like, well, why would I join a team? She's not obviously getting very many sales.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think your personal Facebook is your connection point with your customers. When it's positive, you get more of a reaction from it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'll turn around and say, like, on Facebook every now and then that like I've had a bad day at my day job kind of thing, which is fine because I'm very open with my clients and my blog readers and my show hosts. They all know that I have a day job, but they all know that my end goal is full-time business, and I will post about my business, but I will go days in between but without posting anything about my magazine, because I have a lot of my business friends on my personal Facebook. So I need to post about my businesses on there. But with the jobs that I do, my connection with people is the fact that obviously, I mean, my show is called the Rollercoaster Ride of Business. So I wouldn't be experiencing a rollercoaster ride of business if I didn't post a couple of the comments on Facebook about how I'm in one of those low dips. So for me, being open and honest about like my bad days and stuff on my Facebook is great. But if I was to look at joining Forever, the first thing I would do is check out the person who's trying to recruit me's Facebook. And if it was all just products and crap negativity posts, I'd be there like, well, why would I want to join her team? I want someone that's going to be positive and that's proven that I don't need to post every 20 seconds to actually get someone, because she's posted 10 posts about like one item and it's got no response to it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do post when I've had a rubbish day, or AJ's got up at 5:30 in the morning and stuff like that. Like the other day, he woke up at 5:30 Sunday morning. So I put up a post like, oh my God, 5:30 wake up call. Who else is awake at this time? Like sort of thing. So in a way, I was posting about how frustrated I was that he was up at 5:30 in the morning when we didn't need to go up till 7:30, and it was a Sunday morning. And I was like, oh my God, go back to sleep, child. But it also meant that people were interacting with my posts, like, yeah, I'm awake, you know, I'm here, you know, oh my God, I know, I feel you sort of thing. So although it was, oh my God, why am I awake? It was also a kind of
connection with everyone.
It was connection with everybody. And that's kind of, although I didn't put it out there just to be like, oh, I'm going to contact these people sort of thing. It's literally just to connect with my Facebook friends, because I've got so many from where, you know, in the previous company I was adding all the time. You know, I don't do adding people anymore unless I actually know them or I've made a connection with them somewhere else, because the last thing I want is a load of random people on my Facebook thinking, who the hell is this girl?
Yeah.
Like, why has she added me? And it's nothing worse. I mean, I get on a daily basis some random bloke from, I don't know, Zimbabwe somewhere sending me a message like, hey, I like your picture. And I'm like, hey, I don't know you.
I get that on Instagram. It's very annoying.
Like, since when did Instagram become a dating site? Like, seriously, like, don't contact me.
I get people on Facebook because obviously I'm open about my journey with my fibro. I blog about it and I'll put pictures up on Facebook. So I put a picture up one day, like I'd woken up at 3, I hadn't been able to sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, I decided, stuff this, I'm going to go downstairs, take the painkillers. I don't like taking painkillers unless I desperately have to. So the fact that I was getting up and reaching for the painkillers so I can get like a couple of hours sleep, is a tell for how bad it was. So I put this picture up on Instagram. Like, I looked like a bug. My eyes were like bulging out of my head. I was so tired. And I was like, this is one of the wonderful perks of having fibro. I suppose maybe my body is there going, well, hey, at least you can work on your business now. So I still managed to connect it to a business kind of post. And like, I shared it to Facebook, and like, obviously my friends in America were up at that time because obviously it's daytime for them. And so I had people there going, oh my God, like, what time is it there? And I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. They're like, it's 10 o'clock at night here. Like, what the hell are you doing awake? And I'm like, well, working on my business because my fibro clearly thought I needed to put a few extra hours in. And I make a joke and stuff and things out of it. But then I was getting messages from people like that I've never met before, blokes like in America, and they've only got like 3 posts and about 5 friends. And they're like, hey, can we be friends? Like, I really like your smile. And I'm like,
don't you just love that?
I'm there like, can you not? Because you're creepy. You look like you're about 67 years old. And the way that you're like phrasing that, can we be friends because I really like your smile, means that I'm in for a few pictures that I really don't want to be getting. So I'm going to
it's not what you want to be seeing at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, like, I mean, I was sat down there from 3 till 7. It was great because I got a massive like load of stuff crossed off my list done. And I managed to connect with a few people and get some more downloads on my magazine. But receiving a comment like that over Instagram, I'm really glad that it wasn't actually on my picture. It was in a private message, so I could just automatically block him. But I was just there like, really? Is this what you guys do with your time? Like, go and play golf. Go and watch a football match. Like, go and get a job. Because if you can be messaging me, like, I mean, one of these guys was in Australia, so it was like the following day over there, the middle of the day. I was like, you clearly need a job, because if you can be messaging me about my smile when my hair is all over the place, because I haven't even bothered to brush it before I've taken this photo. I'm just like, literally, I have just got out of bed to take medication. Guess my body wanted me to do some work. So my eyes are bugging out of my head. My hair's all over the place. I look like something out of a horror movie, and you're telling me that I've got a nice smile. Go and get a job. Like, go and find something to do.
Go and be constructive.
Yeah. Go for a surf. You're in Australia. Go and catch a few waves. And I think like I talk about social media a lot on my show, and like the past couple of shows we've talked about how you get all these posts, and I've noticed it when I've looked at, like, say I've gone onto the Forever Living like Facebook page, or I've gone onto the Avon one and stuff like that. Some of the sponsored posts that I start seeing are then about the people that have done so well on their journey that they've managed to give in work and they're traveling the world.
Yep.
So here are the emails and stuff that we're going to send you for you to send people to make all these sales in your stuff as well. Now, the thing that frustrates me, because like these posts really annoyed me, and I did some research into it, and there is a case, I can't remember which country it is, but there's a case of this woman. She was really struggling with her business, and so she came across these posts, and it was 5 emails that were free that you sent over a space of 5 days. And you get them for every single industry. You get them for the coaching industry, for the virtual assistant industry, for magazine industries. These are the 5 emails you need to send. And I've noticed that network marketing industries are getting it now as well. These are the 5 emails you need to send, day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's going to get you clients. And so because she sent those emails out, but she changed them. So she did them as day 1 Facebook post, day 2, 3, 4, and 5, as opposed to emailing everyone on her friends list. Because let's face it, who's got time to sit there and email everyone on your Facebook? Like, I ain't got time to sit there and email everyone on my Facebook. So she thought, oh, I'll be smart. I'll utilize my time better, and I will put them as Facebook posts, because then I can interact with the people that want to be on there, and then other people will notice that people are taking an interest. So she made about 2 or 3 sales from it, and then had on day 6 had an email ping into her inbox about how they were doing this course. It was an online course. She didn't have to go anywhere, but it was like £1,000. But it was like a last hope attempt for her before she'd agreed with her husband. The network, if she didn't make sales that would match a week of his wage in work, then she had to go back to getting a job, because he was the one working a full-time job. She's the one trying to make this network marketing business work for her, and it just wasn't happening. So she was so desperate to work from home. This was a last-ditch attempt, and she invested that £1,000 with, I don't know what it is in dollars, but I know it's a lot more than £1,000 with the exchange rate.
Yeah.
So she invested this £1,000, and she didn't tell her husband about it because she didn't want him realizing that she spent some of their savings on this thing. Okay. And she's waiting for these courses. Like, she had this email come through saying, thanks for joining. You're now going to be sent a separate email that's going to have your username and your login and the link to the portal that you go through to work through all these different courses. What she didn't check is to make sure that they were a legitimate couple, because anyone could get a sponsored post on Facebook now. You literally just pay for it to happen.
Yeah.
And not only did she lose £1,000, she didn't get any more clients because she didn't get the course email. And then they blocked her from being able to contact them. So her husband's obviously gone to the bank, noticed that there's £1,000 missing from their savings account, and she's ended up going home and explaining to him that she saw a post on Facebook that, instead of checking that it was a legitimate thing, which I think posts like that should be regulated. Any kind of sponsored post where they're offering free emails and stuff should be checked out to make sure that actually the course and everything that follows afterwards is there. But this woman lost £1,000 and she ended up having problems with her husband. As far as I'm aware, they're still together and they've worked through it. But she's ended up having to go back to work to be able to put the £1,000 back into the savings, because she chose a network marketing company that wasn't right for her, and then found a post on social media, went for it and lost money. And I think while social media is great, it's benefited me greatly. My magazine is just like the issue that we've just published. We're due the next one soon, but the issue that we published last month has hit triple figures on the read list. So like, we're getting better and better every month, and it benefits me for my virtual assistant because social media is where I get my clients from. But I think there are some companies, obviously for you, social media is working. For this woman, obviously, social media wasn't the way to go for her. And I guess like what I'm asking is like, have you found that since you've joined network marketing, there's been an increase in posts that you've found? Do you notice those posts more where your brain is switched more to like the network marketing side of things? Do you notice all the dodgy posts?
Yeah, I think, I have. And I get, quite often, I get people like in my inbox saying, you know, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, you know, do you want to come and join my webinar? And, you know, I do notice that I get more and more sponsored posts for like webinars and, you know, how to coach or how to get 10 more recruits in like 10 days or something like, and bits like that. But I don't know if it's because of all my self-development and my personal, like what I do mindset wise, but I kind of just switch off to it because I get so much training and support within Forever anyway, that I feel I don't need to look elsewhere for extra training or how to, you know, build a team and stuff like that, because the way that Forever do it is working and it's a proven system. So I think in a way I kind of just switch off to them. Or if I see like I have done it where I've seen like one sponsored post like 3 or 4 times in one day. Yeah. And I'm like, just go away. So I end up like, but then I find that actually I'm following that page or something. I'm like, nope, unfollow. Yeah. Like, I just don't want to see it anymore. But I've also noticed like a difference in the Facebook like algorithms and way things are done. But the other thing that I've noticed Facebook now do is chuck in some adverts and stuff into your messenger every so often. Yeah. and you go onto your messenger to reply to a message to somebody, and it's been dropped like to the bottom, and you're scrolling ages and thinking, why am I scrolling? It's because there's adverts there. I'm like, why is there an advert in my messenger? Like, seriously, this is where I'm talking to people. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the algorithms there. I spoke about it on the past 2 shows with the people that I interviewed, and I was saying that I had a post that to do with my magazine that did really well, that Facebook gave me £10 worth of free credit for an advert. So I did it so that it stretched out over the space of 5 days so that more people could see it. And over 1,800 people saw this post. But my Facebook page, which it was set up to get more likes on my Facebook page, so it got more traffic to go to it, my Facebook page only got 3 likes out of just over 1,800 views.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What Facebook are trying to do for you now is you have to pay to actually get the decent results. So I thought, well, before I go into paying for ads and stuff like that, I'm not at that point yet where I feel like I need to pay for advertising on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a look at it and see how it's done. So they'll give you this free credit in the hopes that you'll use it. And every time I get it, I'm going to use it because I'm drawing more and more views to my page. And if people are seeing it, then eventually they might decide to like it. That doesn't bother me. Like, I do the work and I get the output from it. But they want you to pay so that then they put more effort into making your advert seen by people.
Yeah.
By the people that are going to be like, that are going to like it. And one of the new algorithm things that they've done is, I don't know if you've noticed it, a lot of people are going, oh, like Facebook have changed the way the posts are being viewed. Can you like to let me know that you're seeing this?
Yeah.
So if you're posting from your Facebook page, on the post where you get 0 views and you're thinking, well, hang on a second, I've got, on my magazine page, I've got over 300 likes. On my virtual assistant one, I've got like 159 likes. And on days where their posts on there are getting 0 views, it's literally because Facebook has decided that that's not the day that they're going to show my post to everyone. With the algorithms, people aren't seeing it in their feed.
Yeah.
And like 3 or 4 days later, I'll look and 60 people will have seen one post and 50 odd people will have seen another. And it's because Facebook took the post that I put 3 days later and then chucked it in front of people.
Yeah.
And people are seeing posts from 3 or 4 days beforehand. Yeah, before they decided to mess with all their algorithms, everyone was seeing the post, everyone was getting interaction, they were getting traction for their business. Facebook was just like, well, we're not really making any money off of this, so let's change it around. And that's why the ads are in Messenger, is because Facebook are being paid to put them in there.
It's craziness.
So it's just like, well, hang on a second.
Maybe I need to work for Facebook.
We'll just take over Facebook. I want to go and work for Google. They have slides in their office, and I can't remember, I think it might be Google. I was reading about someone went to the offices. I'm not saying it's definitely Google, but I think it might be. And they go in there, not only have you got the slides, you've got a room that is full of sweets and cakes and stuff, so that when you get to that bit in the afternoon where you're thinking, could really do with a cake, you haven't even got to ask, you can just go straight to this room and fill up your plate with sweets and cakes and stuff like that.
Amazing.
And then I think it's like once a week or once a month, they have a puppy room where the local, I want to say dog pound, but like the kennels, where there's all the rescue puppies and dogs and stuff, they bring the animals in, the dogs and the puppies in, and if you're having a bad day, you can just go and sit in this room and have a cuddle with all these animals.
Oh, see, if I wasn't gluten intolerant, the cakes would appeal to me.
I think they have gluten-free cakes in there.
I'd be happy.
Yeah. And it's a big wall of sweets and a slide to go down. You haven't even got to walk down the stairs. You can just slide down from the top floor.
But then if I didn't walk downstairs, I wouldn't get my steps up, would I? I definitely wouldn't be hitting 10,000 a day.
Well, then you just run up the stairs a few more times. Because let's face it, it would be really fun to be on the slide. So you'll be there like, oh, I'm going to like run up and have another go, and then run up and have another go.
Yep.
You're burning off your cake and your sweets that way.
There's a good point there.
See, there is a brain in there.
Yep.
So, but other than social media, where you've gained customers and stuff, what like family and friend support have you had along the way? Have they been really helpful in your journey?
Most of the time they have. Like I've had like pamper parties and stuff at my sister's house, or I've had friends come over and have like a little pamper session, or they've sent me like flyers for school fates and stuff that have happened, like that are happening and stuff for me to contact. And quite a few of my friends do buy from me, and vice versa, or some of them I buy from. So yeah, I feel like I have had quite a lot of support. I mean, when I first started out, they were all a bit like, "What the hell are you doing? What is wrong with your like life that you need to be doing this? Like, have you not got enough to do as it is?"
Is that when you started with your previous company, or when you started with this one?
Just when I started with network marketing as a whole, really.
Yeah.
Especially my other half, he was a bit like, "What?" Like, he's a sales manager by trade anyway. So then I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be doing sales." He's like, "That's not sales." And that dreaded word came up of pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest bit for me to kind of understand. And when somebody said, "Oh, you're just joining a pyramid scheme," I'm like, "But I'm already in a pyramid scheme 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Because I am, who's to say that a 9 to 5 job isn't a pyramid scheme?
Exactly.
And I just want to put it out there, pyramid schemes are actually illegal, so it can't be a pyramid scheme, any of them. Well, any network marketing company. Do you know what I mean? Like, any network marketing company can't be a pyramid scheme. It's illegal in the UK. So there's that. But I do feel I had quite a lot of support once I got started, and they started to see that actually there's a change in me. More so with Forever, I seem to get a lot more support. I mean, they don't necessarily be like buying from me, but they comment on my posts, or they help me out with like trying products or holding parties or speaking to their friends, or if they know a friend that's got some sort of complaint in a way, like they want to lose weight, or they want to be a little bit more healthier, or because for me my business isn't just about Forever products. They're kind of like my sidekick in a way, because I've been on all the trainings, and I've also done extra trainings that I've done myself of like sports and weight management courses and stuff.
Yeah.
And because I got diagnosed with gluten intolerance and I had to have a massive lifestyle change, I looked a lot into like health and wellness and stuff like that. So for me, when somebody comes to me and say, "You look absolutely amazing, what is it you're doing?" Yes, Forever products have helped me, but they were they're just a part of my journey.
Yeah.
And they kind of, like, the support that I've had from friends and family have been, or can you help me actually to lose a little bit of weight, or can you help me how I can maintain my own weight, or how do I go to the gym and actually burn fat but build muscle and still be able to eat what I like, sort of thing. So it's not just about, here's a product, have it, and they buy from me, but I'm giving them support with like personal development, being more positive, their health, their wellness, just their general day-to-day life. And because obviously I think I've changed as a person, and the way that I've changed in the last couple of years, they support me a little bit more because they can actually see that change.
Well, that's cool. So obviously we were talking about support and stuff. The next question I have, like, obviously we've touched on it previously, because I've phrased it as, have the companies you've joined been supportive? So obviously I'm now going to change it around to, are you finding that the company you're with now has a better support system to the one that you were previously at?
Definitely. I do definitely think that there is a lot more I get when I look at my friends that are in network marketing companies, not necessarily just the one that I was with previously, but other ones that are out there as well. I feel like actually I get a hell of a lot of support. I'm always at training events. I mean, I was at one yesterday. I'm always on like Zoom calls and stuff with like people. I know I can ring my sponsors and my sponsor's sponsor, or a sideline person in the business, or somebody that's within Forever somewhere that I'm connected to, and I could ring them or message them and say, oh my god, please can you help me with something, and they would be there. I know I can ring Forever Living's business support line and get an answer from them. I'm not sat on hold for 8 hours or however long or whatever. I get an answer, and if they don't answer, I know if I send them an email I'll get a response, sort of thing. So I mean, because everybody has times where their lines are busy or whatever, but I know that if I ring up I'm going to get an answer, and they're really supportive and understanding. I mean, I rung them up as we were finding out about the new GDPR and everything. I rung them up and I was like, oh my god, what does this mean? Like, what the hell is this?
It has caused a lot of
changing. And he was like, don't worry about it. There's going to be a new company policy. We'll be sending out emails. We'll help you through it. Just chill out. Go and take some air. Like, really supportive, and didn't like. I know sometimes you ring up your bank or something and say, why have I had something come out of my account? And they're like, we don't know, we can't help you, or there's nothing we can do right now, but if you do this, do you see what I mean? Like, sometimes you ring somebody for support. I mean, I've done it when I've rung like family and I'm like, please help me. They're like, I can't talk right now, ring me back in 10 minutes. Those 10 minutes, I mean, I do it with my Ralph. I ring him, like, I really need. He's like, yeah, I'm busy. I'm like, but I need to talk to you, like, right now. He's like, I can't. Wow. And then, like, an hour later, he's like, oh yeah, you rung. I'm like, well, I'm out now. I've sorted it myself, sort of thing. So I do feel like I get a lot more support in Forever, but also from everybody, really. I just feel like I feel like I've got more strength in my crutches
on this in this network marketing as opposed to the previous one. So do you not find that, like, I mean, I've noticed it a lot, like it's with subscription boxes and stuff as well, do you not find that because one company has started out, that then like all these other companies have just suddenly popped up, and the network marketing industry is now like completely full of different people doing different bits and pieces? Do you not find it hard to break through to people because of all of that?
Yeah, in a way I do, but every company, I suppose, have got their unique selling points. They've got their areas in which they have a massive thing. Now for us, ours is the drinking gel. And for anybody that obviously is listening and doesn't know what the drinking gel is, obviously they can come and ask me, or somebody that they know that's in Forever or whatever, but that's our staple product. Now the difference between ours and stuff, drinking gels or juices you can get on the market, is ours contains live aloe vera. So ours is live product, it's not dead aloe. So that's our unique selling point. So sometimes I do find that, they're like, well, why would I want to drink that? What's it going to do for me? Or, well, there's a lot of people doing network marketing, or, that, it is a big industry now, and, it is being a recognised as an actual thing, sort of thing. But I do think that if you can get people to open up their mind to network marketing, or, just even if I get them to try products or something like that, they're a little bit more open. And that's kind of what's helped me to break through some of the, network marketing wall of people in a way. And I think because I do things slightly different, I don't, like I said, I don't post constantly on Facebook about different things, or, or if I do, it's kind of little subtle bits and pieces. It's more, people are more inclined to say, well, what is it you actually do? What is it you're taking? Or, well, how could actually, because I've done it before. I've put up a post about, I think it was one of the energy drinks that we do. And somebody said, oh my God, what is that? And I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, I picked it up at one of the training events for the day, and I was feeling a bit like, I need a coffee, but the coffee queue was way too long to even think about waiting in. And I thought, oh my God, I'll be asleep by the time I get to the front of the queue. I need something else. So I obviously went and got one of these cans, and I was like, and it was a bit, I don't personally like energy drinks. I don't like the taste of it. For me, it tastes a little bit like, what's the word? A little bit like petrol-y taste to it. I don't know why. I just find that they've got like that.
It leaves like a funny taste in your mouth after.
Yeah. So I went and got this. I said to the guy, I was like, I have no idea which one I want, red or silver. So what's the difference? One's calories, one's not. I was like, is there any difference in taste? Because I don't like energy drinks. He goes, no, they taste like fruit juice. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. It's like, all right. So I went with the red one because I liked the can. I thought, the red one. That's stand out in a picture sort of thing. So I did. I got the red one. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So much so I wanted to go and get another one. And I was like, no, because it contains caffeine. Let's not. Rachel will be running around like a headless chicken sort of thing. Let's not. But I did. I absolutely loved it. And I had 3 people, I think, message me after just one post, like, this is helping me get through the training or something. And that's all I put. I didn't mean it to be like, oh my God, you need to buy this. It was, this is going to help me through the training because the coffee queue was too long. And I had a couple of people message like, what is that? I'd be able to have that at work and not have to worry about in a meeting, like, do I need a coffee? I could just whip one out of my bag sort of thing. And I was like, well, do you want me to grab you a couple that you can try? And it ended up just being like that. And now they buy it. Like every time I go to one of the training events and they've got the store there, I'm like, can I have like this many? And I literally look like I'm hooked on it or something because I have like 3 or 4 bags of them because people just want them.
See, I'm already thinking about looking into it because I do 15-hour days in the care job and I get halfway through and I'm like, I need a boost. I need something. So, would you change anything about what you're doing if you could?
No. And I say no because of, I didn't have a brilliant, childhood. I had quite a lot that went on in my childhood. And the way that I look on life is everything that happens in life happens for a reason, regardless to whether that's, somebody's born, somebody's died, somebody's, hurt themselves or something like that. Everything that happens in life happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And we might not know that reason. We might look at it and think, well, why does all this bad stuff happen to me all the time? And I found that everything that has happened in my life has made me not only a stronger person, who I am today, and just given me that sense of sense of belonging in a way.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't change anything that I've done in the past couple of years because it's made me who I am today. So network marketing has changed me massively. And yes, I would, I could say, I'd rather have not started with that first company and gone straight with who I'm with now and stuff like that. But actually, if I hadn't tried that first company, I wouldn't know what was right and what was wrong and what was different and, how to do things and stuff like that. It's not even like the right way and wrong way of doing things, but I wouldn't know what suits me.
Yeah.
And it could have been the complete opposite way. I could have started with Forever and found that actually the other company was better for me or, it just so happened that it was that way that it happened. And I'm happy that it's happened that way because I found myself in a way, and that's what you've got to remember. Everything you do in life happens for a reason, whether we know that reason or not.
Yeah.
And you literally attract what you give out. So the more positive and the more happy and, flamboyant or whatever you are, the more good that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know from personal experience when I've had crappy days and I've been negative and I've been like, why does this happen to me? Oh my God. It only happened last week. I had like a massive, I think the word's epiphany. I had that moment that I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And it wasn't, oh my God, why am I doing what I'm doing? It was, oh my God, I need to have control back of my life sort of thing. And it was a couple of things that happened over a couple of days. And I suddenly sat down one evening and thought, actually, I was feeling really rubbish on Monday. I was quite down in the dumps and a bit miserable and a bit negative towards certain things. So 2 negative things happened.
Yeah.
And I do feel that because I was negative and I gave out that negative energy, that I got negative things that happened. And then when I took that moment and I stood back and I looked and I thought, no, I'm not this negative person. I need to snap out of it. You know, I went and read my new book that I got and stuff and had a little bit more. I found that actually the next day I had a really good day. I had that oh my God moment.
Yes.
And it's actually given me a lot more of yes, the more positive you are, the more positive things that are going to happen. Because a few times I can think back in, you know, my teenage years and stuff when I, you know, thought I was having rubbish days and, you know, things have happened, you know, and they say that bad things happen in threes.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that I didn't have my third thing on that Monday because I sat down and done personal development on myself and took time back for myself. And I honestly believe that that's why my third thing didn't happen.
So obviously you wouldn't change anything, and I'm just going to put it out there, if you hadn't done the previous company, we wouldn't have met and you wouldn't now be on the show.
No, exactly.
It does work out well. I mean, obviously I didn't have the best experience with the previous company. I ended up stopping. I'd done a few months of it and then I wasn't getting any kind of sales. No one that I knew could afford to do it, and work was getting very hectic for me at the time. I was just starting out with the magazine. I was getting investment assistant clients. So obviously for me, it was the one thing that had to stop.
Yeah.
But obviously by doing that, I have the first-hand experience to then be able to turn around and say to people, well, actually, you can't slate network marketing until you've tried network marketing, because
no, you can't.
You don't know like you said, I mean, you got your literal business in a box, but you didn't get the customers in that box. You
Nope.
still have to put the work in that we have to put the work in with our businesses. It's still your business.
Network marketing has got such a kind of half and half viewpoint on it, and the way that I get it across, I'm not a recruitment person, I'm not a salesy person, you know, I don't want to, you know, I didn't come into it because I wanted to be a salesperson. I literally recommend products that I've used on a daily basis that work for me, that might work for other people. And the way I see network marketing, my business that I have wouldn't work unless I work. And it's the same as if you didn't turn up to your job in the morning, like if I didn't turn up to my job tomorrow morning, I wouldn't get paid.
Exactly.
You wouldn't get paid if you didn't turn up to your job. And network marketing to me, yes, it's named network marketing, but I'm essentially self-employed.
Yeah.
That is exactly all I'm doing. Is I've got a self-employed business that I use Forever Living's products to promote and earn from that.
And this is it, if you don't put the work into it, like if I don't put the work into my magazine, there isn't going to be a next issue out. Or if I don't put the work in for my clients, for my virtual assistant business, they're not going to want to pay me. If I don't
like a builder, for example. A builder can't earn money unless he's got the tools for that job.
Exactly.
So I'm literally just a builder using my materials to earn an income, and that's it's essentially what I am doing.
Exactly. So there are a lot of people who join the industry and they struggle. What would your tips be for them?
Stick at it. I say stick at it. Stick at what you're doing, and if you are following the cycle that you've been taught on, and you're following, you know, everything you're being taught on, then it will work, but it takes time. You need to give it time. You need to give it effort, even if it is only every time you go to the toilet or you brush your teeth or you get 5 minutes to make a cup of tea and you're doing something. As long as you touch your business every day, you put the time and effort into it, you commit yourself to actually doing the goals that you've set out to be. Because there's a reason that people join network marketing and do network marketing. and that is what they would know as their why.
Yeah.
There is that reason out there for you to do it, and I would connect yourself with that why wholeheartedly. If your why does not make you cry or get you emotional, you're not fully connected, and that's where you need to start. As long as if your why is strong enough, you will find your how. So stick at it and literally plug into it every single day, and you will get there. If you need extra support or help, go to whoever introduced you to network marketing, or if you're even just starting out a business on your own from the ground up, there is somebody out there that can help you and support you.
Yeah.
So it's just finding them and just sticking at it.
You mentioned the why. We talk about it a lot on this show. Obviously, the show is called the Rollercoaster Ride of Business because, in my mind, business is like a roller coaster ride. You can start off like, obviously, you're going along the straight bit, and then you're either going to go up and have a great day, or you're going to have a massive drop. And I always say to people that when they've had that drop, when they're in their low point, it doesn't matter what their industry is, they need to remember why they've chosen to do that business. They need to remember what it is that got them passionate about doing it. And then they'll go up high again. But I know people that have been in business for 10, 15 years. They're still having the highs and the lows and then the highs again. And they could be on a massive high for like 3-4 months. And then they'll have a month where they've just dropped down suddenly because business changes all the time. And so obviously you mentioning the why then, it just puts it out to the listeners of the show that it doesn't matter what industry that you're in, there is always going to be a why for the reason why you started it. You're always going to have a why for why. I have a why for why I started my virtual assistant business, my magazine, this show, my blog. I have a why for why I went into the care industry as opposed to staying in retail. Like for everything you do, there is always a why for it.
Yeah,
and
everybody has. There is, yeah.
And
why do you go out to work every day?
Yeah. Like, it's like, well, hang on a second. I can say to a friend, well, why did you choose to work in a supermarket? Because my babies need food. Like, people say to me, why did you choose to go into care work? Because those people without me wouldn't have much of a life. I'm not saying I'm the reason why they have a life, but without myself and people like me going into their homes, they wouldn't get the care. They'd still be on the big, massive group homes. So they wouldn't have a life because they'd still be institutionalised. And so there is always a why for everything. Yeah. And I always try and make a point of saying to my listeners, remember your why.
Yeah, so definitely.
If people want more information on what you do, whether they want to join you, whether they just want products and stuff, where can they find you?
So they can find me on Facebook. You can just search my main profile, which is obviously Rachel Liddiard, or you can find my group, which is under Be You and Be Forever. I'm on Facebook. I'm obviously under your Facebook as well, Hannah. So obviously if they need to, they can find me through yours. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat, not that I use it very often, and I'm also on Twitter, but I couldn't tell you what my Twitter user is because I haven't got a clue. But if you type in my name, you find me anyway.
And for everyone that's listened to this, you will find that Rachel is tagged on the post that you found my show in, because I automatically tag everyone that features. So you can find her, and you will also have an active link to her Facebook and her Facebook group in the post. So once you've listened to this, if you want to find more on Rachel, go back to that post, click on the active links and connect with her. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you for joining me, Rachel. It's been actually a great insight for anyone that's wondered about network marketing, and I think you might get a few people actually reach out and say thanks and connect and stuff from everything that we've said today. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I will hopefully have you on again in a few months so we can see where you're at.
Amazing. I look forward to it.
Cool. Thanks everyone for listening, and I will be back next week.
Thank you for listening. Join Hannah Edwards and the Rollercoaster Ride of Business every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Global Voice Radio, where your voice is heard.